Recording has begun.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. My name is Shazad Hussain and I live at Primary Way in Undercliff. And today is the 9th of October, 2023, and it's been 63 days since I last saw my brother. And after he's been kidnapped by the state and the authorities, and he's been held hostage and at ransom because I look to expose the fraud and corruption of everybody. So this is my house, 20 Primary Way, and this is the care home that I was running in order to get my brother providing him with the support that he needs and requires. And he's been abducted from here for the last 63 days, and it continues now. Let me just bring this out here. Been 63 days that my brother's been kidnapped. I'm particularly stressed out today because I was in court, as I explained yesterday, at this kangaroo court that they always put me through, and the district judge Wilcox, who's been made a judge as a result of the local authority conspiring to get a judge on their side. She became a judge on the 2nd of, I believe sometime in November, the first week that she was I think it was the 28th of November that she started becoming a judge, specifically to deal with my case on the 30th of November. I was in front of her again today. It was surprising to me. I thought it was going to be District Judge Mitchell, but it was District Judge Wilcox, and I tried to explain to her all my issues, particularly regarding my brother, and it was just basically a whitewashing exercise. I did not anticipate that I would be going before District Judge Wilcox, number one, and number two is I had two applications in place, in addition to the directional hearing of previously District Judge Mitchell. And what they did was they colluded and conspired and put everything together and tried to quickly rush it through. When they asked me to give my evidence, they basically said, look, we've got an hour, we're going to stick to the limits of the hour, or it's gone over an hour now. And so they limited my contact with in the court and anything I had to say. It was basically just what I anticipated. There's a level of fraud and malevolence, and it's always the same. The other party, the solicitors and the barristers, they don't even need to be there really. The judges just needs a barrister there in order to draw up the orders that they can't even be bothered to draw up themselves. They want the judges, they want the barristers to draw up the orders, and eventually what they're going to do is they're going to charge me, get me to pay for their barristers and their solicitors, because they are going to win this case, and they're going to win it on the back of the fact that they are, they bought off the judge. So it's just malevolent fraud and corruption, and I was particularly disappointed today because I don't know what I was expecting, anything other than what was happening here. They've kidnapped my brother. They're not going to give him his back. But it's just the questions that were being asked of the judge. The judge should have asked serious questions of, well, wait on a minute, there was a court order here. Last time there was a court order, you insisted that the court order needs to be executed in January at all costs, knowing the fact that there was an appeal ongoing, that there had been some irregularities there of the appeal not staying the order. And though the order was basically this capacity assessment needs to be carried out at all costs, and they're getting so desperate to do it to a point where they've kidnapped my brother and trying to force him to have a mental capacity assessment to be undertaken to their benefit, so then they can get the official solicitor involved, and the official solicitor is going to be acting in my brother's best interest, yet using him as a benefit mule in order to make money out of the situation. The outcome is always going to be whatever the local authority want and desire and require, because the judges are in their pocket, and everything else is just a facade and a deception and a corruption. And it's so exhausting having to deal with such lies and deceptions in the court when everybody knows it's a kangaroo court, everybody knows the judge is bought off. But what can you do? This is the problem, because when the judges are on the take, they are malevolent and corrupt, and I can't go to anybody, and clearly Judge Wilcox should have asked me, well, wait on a minute, where is the permanent residency of my brother Talib going to be? Is it going to be with the council? Is it going to be with the social workers? Or is it return? she was asking me, when is your next date for the, court for being arrested? And she had assumed that criminal proceedings have already started. All we have done is so far arrest by the local authority, and all we've got so far is arrest and bail conditions. There's no charges in place, and I think he was expecting that. I think he was expecting that I'm going to be charged, and there are going to be court dates that she needs to be aware of in order to. There are going to be court dates that so she can manage the case properly. It's just pathetic how these people operate. She's quite clearly been bought off, and it just surprises me that the circumstances in court are exactly the same. You can change one judge to another judge to another judge, but the malevolence is always the same. They're always quite courteous and respectful to each other. It's a clique, and when I go in there, their basically idea is to degrade and humiliate me, and bully and intimidate me, and disregard everything I'm saying. They put me on time pressure, saying, all of you, I'm going to give you a couple of more minutes to get what you need to say, because I'm not wasting my time. The outcome is already, I know what's going to happen. Not listening to any of the evidence that was presented, not going through the evidence, simply stating what is being required of her to brush off or whitewash my claim or case, and simply waiting and anticipating to work in the best interest of the claimant with the housing association, which in reality, why is she not addressing the fact that this is a council case being spearheaded by the council? It was just basically a bullshit meeting, a bullshit hearing, a kangaroo court, and a contrivance and a malevolence, and it was just simply to waste my time and resources, and mental and psychological anxiety, caused me mental and psychological anxiety in order to win the case. They were like, in 63 days, why did she not address the fact that the second defendant is not here, all right? And as a result of his removal, the court order couldn't be executed. Simply just disregarded everything, just rushed everything through, and it's just pathetic, and it's very, very frustrating and annoying that there's nothing you can do about it. Do you think going to the police is going to be any different? The police are in on it. They're the ones that we utilize in order to take my brother. Do you think going to any of the judges is going to make a difference, or going through like the judicial process of going through like a high court judge or a circuit judge is going to make a difference? Nothing. They're all in on it, and as a result of this, my brother's suffering, I am suffering, and what they're trying to do is they're just trying to appease everybody and saying, no, Mr. Hussain is aggressive, violent, abusive, he's irrational, his behavior, when the other party are so incompetent, so moronic, so lackadaisical, they are simply do not know what to do, and they're just giving me the silent treatment, and she also said that, oh, don't email the judges directly anymore. Why did she sneak that in? She didn't ask me any questions. She just basically sneaks that in. So tiring and exhausting having to deal with these malevolent, fraudulent, diabolical, villainous, evil people that are in positions of power and authority and abusing that position of power and authority in order to get an advantage and in order to exploit and abuse the vulnerable people, such as my brother, such as myself, and looking to make profit and gain for themselves. Just all despicable and diabolical, but what can one do? All I can do is just simply record the situation and hope that the situation improves. I'm just really missing my brother, who's been taken away like this for now 63 days, and there's no likelihood that I will ever get to see him again. Simply ridiculous and diabolical. Oh, and one last thing, if I do die, it's going to be at the hands of the local authority, not me committing suicide, because that's what they like to do. They like to finish people off. And that's what they're trying to do to my brother now. They've got him in their own lawful care and custody, won't answer any of my calls, and now looking to take advantage of the situation. Absolutely diabolical. Let's just stop it there.